everyone, welcome back to Meatless Mondays. Today we're going to make a winter lentil soup and a sweet cornbread. Before we get started preparing anything, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter, put it in a cast iron skillet, and put it in our oven so that it can melt while we're preparing everything else. Alright, so we'll get started by putting 2 tablespoons of olive oil into a pot, which I've already done. We're going to add to that 2 stalks of celery and 2 carrots, which are roughly chopped. They don't need to be finely chopped. And into that, we're going to add 1 whole chopped onion. And we're just going to let those cook up for maybe about 3 minutes. Keep into the vegetables and stir just until you can smell the cumin. And I can smell it now. All right. We're going to add 1 cup of lentils. We're using the brown lentils. Stir that in. And to that we're going to add 4 cups of vegetable broth. Alright. We're going to let that come to a boil while we get started on our bowl. I already have a cup of flour, a cup of cornmeal, a teaspoon of salt. So we're going to go ahead and stir up our dry ingredients. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar and 3½ teaspoons of baking powder. So we're going to get all of our dry ingredients incorporated. So we're just going to stir that around. Cornbread is a really versatile bread. You can make it sweet, you can make it savory, you can add cheese, chilies, whatever you like. Having a good basic cornbread foundation will take you many, many places. Okay. It looks like we've got our dry ingredients pretty much stirred up. So we're going to add our wet ingredients. We have, let me show you a trick. We're going to need to add 2 tablespoons of honey to our cornbread. Honey can get kind of tricky scraping out, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey to our vegetable oil. So it just slides right out. Here we go. See? Honey slides right in. Good job. Alright, then I'm going to add 1 egg that's been beaten. 1 cup of milk. You can use soy milk if you prefer. Same flavor. And then we're going to add just a dash of cinnamon. I'm going to float some cinnamon on the top of that milk. There we go. And then we're going to stir that only until the dry ingredients are wet. So our batter is going to be pretty lumpy. Trying to get this stirred. Yay, cornbread. Alright, now remember that butter we have in the oven in our cast iron skillet? We're going to take that out and back from letting our lentils cook. Now we let them cook for about 20-25 minutes, and then I stirred them and put the top back on and let them cook for another 25 minutes. It's important that you don't stir them after that first 25 minutes, and that's because we want all of our vegetables to float to the top. We're going to scoop our vegetables out. This is my last scoop of vegetables. We're going to put them in a blender or a food processor, whatever you have handy. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of cream. If you don't want to use cream, you can add 1/2 cup of vegetable broth, and that works just fine. Now what we're going to do, come over here. We're going to put the top on, and we're going to puree this so it's really thick, and we're going to add it to our soup, and it's going to give our soup a bit of a thickness. So we're going to incorporate our creamy vegetable puree back in with our soup, and we're going to let that cook for maybe another 3 to 5 minutes. Our cornbread is out, so we're letting that cool, and when we come back, I'm going to dish up the soup and cornbread, and we'll have a taste. This is cooled, and I've dished up everything. Now, I want you to get a good look at this. Come on a little bit closer. This is our winter lentil soup, full of lentils and vegetables, and we're going to take a bite. So delicious. And this is our cornbread. Let's see me take a big bite of cornbread. It's probably very unladylike, but very delicious too. Thank you so much for joining us. I know I shouldn't talk with my mouth full, but it's just that good. I can't wait to swallow. Thank you so much. See you next week.